Don't you hate it when you get those little black bars above and below your video? Let me show you how to fix that. What's up, my media kings and queens? Today's a very special video. I'm gonna teach you how to create vertical videos from horizontal footage. Check this out. Our first step, guys, is to go into Final Cut Pro X. That's the one. I'm gonna go in, we're gonna create a new project in whatever library you want. I'm gonna call this Dawn and Evan. Make sure that you have the video set to vertical. I always have my timeline set at 23.98, aka 24 frames. ProRes is fine. Standard, I set to Rec 709. All right, next thing, we pull in our footage that we want to verticalize, right? And I'm gonna teach you two different ways to do this. The first way is you just play it just like that. And I mean, that's not terrible, but that's why we're here, right? We wanna remove those black bars. So what we do, I'm gonna hold Option, click and drag this clip above it. So for the top clip, I'm actually gonna go into our effects menu, which is right over here, and I'm going to search for a simple border, which comes standard with Final Cut Pro X. And I'm gonna click that and drag it onto the first clip. So already, not that bad, right? Looking pretty good. So I'm gonna go to my bottom clip here. I'm actually gonna reframe this. So I'm gonna blow this thing out of the water here. Boom. Just make it kind of crazy. I think that should be fine. And then I'm gonna drop the opacity down to wherever you want. Be creative. If you wanna have it at that much, whatever. I like it a little bit darker to create more of a contrast between the actual clip and the background. Then after that, I'm gonna go into my effects menu and go to the blur settings and go to Gaussian blur, click and drag onto the bottom clip. And there you go. Simple, very simple way of creating a vertical formatted horizontal video. So that is one way to do it. My favorite way to do it is to reframe each person. All right, so I'm gonna go through here. I'm gonna remove these effects and I'm gonna reset the parameters of all this stuff. All right, so there we go. Basically I have the same clip. I'm gonna turn the volume up a little bit so I can hear when they're talking, because those are gonna be my cue points to change around the clips. So before I even start though, I'm gonna go ahead and make this clip right now 317% larger, which is gonna stretch it and it's gonna just zoom it out. And what that's gonna do is the tops will be perfectly lined up, but the sides, you'll have some wiggle room to move back and forth, right? So I'm gonna go and push enter. And if we watch this, I believe that Dawn actually talks first. So I'm gonna wanna focus on Dawn or whoever is talking or wherever the action is first. Okay, so Dawn is speaking first. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna click on my clip, go up to position, and I'm gonna move this over to where Dawn is in frame. Quick tip, always scrub back to your footage and watch it. You'll be watching this clip over and over, and that's fine. That's what you should be doing. And now it's Evan's turn. He's gonna speak next. And you'll know that from going through the clips. I did edit this clip already, so I know a few things as far as like when they're gonna talk and things like that. But before that, you guys would want to watch the whole clip fully and get these cue points kind of in your head where you wanna go. This is where Evan's gonna speak. I'm gonna zoom in and see. Yes, on the waveform, that's where Evan's gonna kick it. I'm gonna push B, I'm gonna blade tool that and cut it. All right, so right there is, I need to cut it right here. I need to go into this next part, cut that. I'm just gonna remove this little black area right there, that fluff. And now I'm gonna go into here where Evan's speaking, right? And I'm gonna reframe that so it's on Evan only. All right, so it's not that. Let's go there. Perfect. Okay, so now when Dawn talks and says his part, it's gonna go to Dawn and it's gonna go to Evan now. So the next step here is to reframe an intro or outro. I do have the file for this, but I'm gonna show you guys how to do it without the actual files for reframing. And this is without having the files, right? So I'm going to go to the end of this clip, scrub through. I'm gonna call it right there, okay? So I'm gonna do what I did in the first example, where I'm gonna copy this, hold Option, drag it up, just like that. Resize this one first. I'm gonna go through here and reset all the parameters. Okay. Now I'll go to the bottom one and just reframe it just to keep some symmetry. Now I'm gonna go in, because Gaussian blur is already up. I'm gonna drag and drop this to the bottom clip. The bottom clip's still selected. I'm gonna drop the opacity. I'm gonna click on my top clip, go back over here to my effects, so, make sure all video and audio is selected. Click on simple border, and bam. Now you have a verticalized horizontal intro or outro. It gets the job done, guys, trust me. All right, so going through further, it looks like Evan is the first person to speak. So I'm gonna go back and reframe on Evan. Everything looks good. Okay, so this clip right here, I don't like how the subject is out of frame. So I'm gonna do the same thing I've been doing with those guys, but with this clip. Push B on that, go to this, and reframe her into the center of the frame. All right, and back to Evan. I'll need to cut this and reframe. Just like that. All right, so Don's coming in this time. Right there. Right before he starts to talk, or if you hear the first syllable coming out, that's when I cut it. So I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna look at this, and I'm gonna reframe again for Don. Just like that, let's check it out. Okay, I like that. I like that he exits the screen just like that. So now we have the outro to deal with. So I'm gonna do the same thing that I did with the intro, but for the outro. So I'm gonna go here, hold Option, click and drag up. Simple borders are there. Click and drag that over here. For the top clip only, reset the parameters. Okay, now I go to the bottom clip. I need to, yep, you guessed it. I need to add Gaussian blur and drop the opacity. Looks good. All right, so if everything is good and everything is the way that we want it, we're good to go. Let's watch it back. Perfect. It's almost there, but because I'm going to be a little picky about this, I like this shot of the Lehigh Valley. However, there's a very cool church steeple in this clip, and I can't find it. So what I'm going to do is reframe to where I can. Awesome. Looks good. So another thing to look for, guys, is if they're out of frame, they look funky, something looks funky, the extras look funky, the additional stuff looks bad, something, go ahead and reframe it. I could reframe this. Actually, you know, I'm going to. Let's reframe it. Right here, I want to see more of the groom's shoulders in the frame. Bam, so now they're centered. All right, so there you have it, guys. That's how you verticalize a horizontal video in Final Cut Pro X. Big shout out to Don and Evan at the Lehigh Valley Wedding Cafe in Moments and Memories for letting us use that clip. If you guys have any questions or concerns, or just would like to drop me something down in the comments, please do so down below. And we'll see you in the next video. See you later, guys.